And hello, everybody, and how you are all doing here tonight. I am your host, Rob, from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. And tonight we will be talking all about cruise ships food reviews, hits and misses. So, it's going to be a very fun and very interesting night. Seems like I'm having a little tongue twister tonight, so hopefully it will go away very quickly. But first things first to do, let's welcome on in some of our guests in the chat. First one up into the chat is Mr. PK Adventures. Hello, Ryan? Is it? I think it's Ryan. But correct me if I'm wrong. So we were talking earlier, and I believe that's who it is. And so far, that's all that's in. Later on, I'm not sure if we're going to have Mr. Eddie Brown. Well, I'm thinking Eddie Brown. Who's Eddie Brown? Well, I know who Eddie Brown is, but you guys won't know who Eddie Brown is, and it won't be relevant to you guys but if you need to know, Eddie Brown is a guy I work with. But anyways, Eddie from Eddie Lugo Studios. I don't know why I was thinking of Mr. Eddie Brown. I don't know. I'll have to think a little hard about that one. But anyways, hopefully Eddie will be able to join us later on, and we will dive on into our first one. And when Mr. Eddie does show up, if he does show up, then we will maybe backtrack a little bit and chit-chat with him. But if PK would like to come on up, just let me know in the chat, and I will send you the link. The more, the merrier. We're not quite too sure how long we'll be live here tonight, but hopefully it will be for the full hour. But we will see how the night rolls on out. So, first things first, let's get into where the questions I put up there, and I like to have my live streams, if possible, very, very interactive, where the chat is moving to a steady pace, so we can keep the live stream rolling and bounce back in between the things. But let's start off with this one. What's a common food hit on cruises? What do you guys think is a common one? Now, naturally, I know what the common one is because I have the answer here. But before I did look up the answer, I would probably have said like the pastas and maybe the pizzas and all those fun jazz. And of course, for all the seafood lovers, the seafoods. But for me, it would be like the pastas, the pizzas, some type of Italian food, steaks, all that fun jazz. And Mr. PK is saying pizza. And that's where I was going with. I was basically thinking about pizza and all that fun jazz. And of course, the late night pizza to 8 Pacific. Yes, let's be Pacific here. late night pizza is a really good one. But that's where I was thinking, because like when I go on cruises, especially Carnival, which I've only been on, how many do you guys think I've been on? Now, some of you, if you know me, if you really, really know me, you will know that answer. You'll know it. So, and I've always have plenty of cruises that are booked. And as you all know, I like to play around with Cheryl, Jeremy, Eddie, and when Scott from the Muscle Drill was around, I like to play with him too. And to their knowledge, and it's true, it's a true statement, I still have this secret cruise that they don't know about. Now, naturally, I'm not going to say it on here when it is, because there's hashtag replay, and I don't want them to hear when it is. But it is in the works. It is going to happen. I believe I have the cruise already planned of what I think it's going to be. But I'm not too sure if it's going to be that one. So, but I haven't hit the book button on that particular sailing. But back to the question of what the answer is. Let me flip back over to it. Let me do. And the answer is fresh seafood and international buffets are often particular. I'm having a banana moment too, apparently. But apparently it is seafood and the buffets. Who would know? That's what it is. And it's just straight up Coke. Well, straight up fresh seafood, to me that's not too jazzle for me, but the buffets, by all means, yeah, definitely the buffets are a really good popular thing, especially during the late night. And I guess be more popular now on Carnival at nighttime after midnight, because apparently you can't get pizza after midnight. So you have to go to the buffet and get what's the late night buffet, whatever happens to be on there. But I think I've also heard there's gonna be pizza there too. So you're still gonna get pizza, it's just not from the pizzeria. But at least they have food available for the late night buffet. But of course, Ryan, I'm assuming it's Ryan. But whoever PK is, if you would like to join me, just drop a message in the chat and I will send you the link on over. And PK is saying, I can't believe they took away that at Carnival. Yes, I know. I can't believe they did it. What were they thinking? I know exactly what they were thinking. They weren't thinking at all. And I heard that it was going to be deep dish, and some people said it was not very tasty. Well, yes and no, in a way. Because to me, once you've been drinking, which most people who are up that late probably have been drinking quite a little bit too much, but not as much as your friend Drunk Rob. But here's a question about using the name Drunk Rob. Would you ever want to cruise with Drunk Rob? That's just a little extra question. We're gonna throw it. Let us all know in the chat. But when you've been on the bottle a little bit too all day and pretty much almost all night, it all tastes the same in the end. So let's see. Of course, Nightbot has jumped on in, and Nightbot is promoting the Facebook channel, which I do have a Facebook channel, so please do go on over and check it on out. Apparently Nightbot needs to be updated because I'm trying to reach the 110,000 subscribers by December 1st. Well, last time I checked, December 1st is passed. So, sorry I didn't get to meet that goal, but that's okay. I will reach out and push out to hopefully hit my next date I get. But yeah. If you haven't yet subscribed yet, please do consider in doing so I can get closer to that goal. PK is saying I can't join tonight. We in the middle of decorating our Christmas tree, so I'm kind of decorating, listing, and interacting when I can. Okay, sounds good. I like that. And of course, Nightbot is really pushing out, talking about the Booze Cruise 3.0 will be happening from October 25th to November 1st on the Grandeur of the Seas out of Tampa, Florida. If you are interested, please reach out to me for more details or contact any, yes, I said any, TA to book. So you can reach out for me for more information. You can reach out to me if you need a link to a travel agent, because I know a couple travel agents that will be more than glad to book you. Or if you have one already, book with them, and at the end of the day, just let me know that you booked so I can put you into the books of fun, so you keep you up to date, so you all know when and what we will be doing as a friends going on the cruise. Because this is a non-group cruise, so it's not a physical registered group with Cruise Line. So just let me all know with the topic of Drunk Rob, if you would ever want to cruise with him. And why or why not? For me, I wouldn't mind cruising with the guy because he seems loads of fun. And I do have some videos of him, but we will maybe cover those a bit later on in this live stream, or maybe in the next live stream. But he has been on my live streams for the videos quite often. But we will dive into the next question. And let's pull it on up. And of course, I have all the answers here on the side, but I'm just using what I thought the answers were before I did look them all up. And the question here now is, how do specialty restaurants fare in reviews? That is a very good question to be putting in there. How do they fare in the reviews? Well, to me, I think they would have to do very, very well because you're paying for this specialty restaurant and they don't want to disappoint you. And unfortunately, when I did do the steakhouse on the Carnival, yes, I say Carnival, Glory, then that was actually my very first time ever cruising Carnival. Yeah, first time. I was very dissatisfied with the steakhouse. And we did that on the very first night. And of course, the person I'm traveling with is I'm not saying an extremely big steak eater, but they are a steak eater, where I'm not. So ordering a full steak won't do me any good because I'll send more than half of it back. So I'll eat more of the plate if it's say like a chicken or um, maybe like a pasta or anything that's not steak. Easiest way to put it. So, and each plate was about $50. So it was $100 plus we got a free bottle of wine because it's the first night. So that's what we ended up doing, and like I said, we weren't too satisfied with it. We felt it was overrated, and it cost us way more than what it should have when we could have gone to the MDR, the main dining room, got the exact same meal, and paid a whole heck of a lot of less money for it. So that's what we did on the next cruise when we did Carnival, which was the second one. So that tells you I've done at least two so far. And that one was on the Carnival Magic. And the Magic was more magical as a experience on Carnival, not in the other way with going mine offsets, but it was more magical of experience, and the food quality, including the buffet, was more up to my standards because I'm more of a Norwegian cruise line person. So they have slowly upped the bar. So we will have to wait and see when I cruise again with Carnival, and whichever one it might be. So that is a hint. There could be a third one in the works. Or maybe there was a third one. I just haven't said it yet. It might have been the Paradise on the Booze Cruise 2.0, and you just never saw me. But who knows? But we are going to dive quickly back over into the chat. And Nightbot is promoting my buddy Justin's YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked it on out, please head on over to his channel and check his channel out. And his channel is called Traveling on the Beautiful Blue Seas. So check out his channel. He doesn't have a lot of content out right now. I'm slowly trying to help him with getting him rolling, and because you just gotta have that little push sometimes. And sometimes if you see I'm not pushing stuff out, give me that little push. Not a hard push, but just a little soft push. And we'll get stuff rolling. And PK is saying higher reviews than main dining room. I am sure. But there are always some that will still complain. You're absolutely right, PK. No matter how good you are, you're still going to get that complainer. As I say, you're still going to get that Karen, or you're still going to get that Kevin that wants to complain and get something out of it. I want a free steakhouse dinner, or I want this. I want that. Like, you're going to get it. And unfortunately, that's very sad. You're on vacation, and you should sit back and relax because work is very stressful. So sit back, relax, enjoy, because you're not the one who has to do all the cooking, cleaning, and potentially probably make your bed. Because not very many people make their bed when they're on a cruise. They leave for the room steward. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're on vacation. It's your time to enjoy. And let them cater to you. But please be respectful. But with the question being asked of what do specialty restaurants fare in reviews, the answer was they usually load the quality and unique dishes. Okay. So they do have some very unique dishes, and they have to have unique dishes because they have to have special dishes that you're going to find only in the specialty restaurants than in the MDR, which is the main dining room area. Because if you can get them in the main dining room for free, then you kind of have defeated the purpose or a piece of the purpose to go to the main dining room. So, excuse me. So, yeah, no, I found that one very interesting when I was looking at it on up. And the next question, let me see if we have anything else in the chat, which right now we do not, which is okay. And we are currently about almost halfway into the show. And Eddie has not shown up too yet, but hopefully he's not too far behind. I think Scott from Controversial Cruising was live, so I know he likes to go over there, so maybe Scott was running a little bit late or something, but that's okay. Oh, and here comes Mrs. Emily 74 EM. Welcome on in. And hello. And hello. And we say his name, and he appears. Hello, Mr. Scott. Welcome on in. And if you would like to have a link, I believe you have a link already. So click on that link and come on up. As we are talking all about cruise ships food reviews, hits and misses. And I know you have a lot to say about this topic, because I know you like to cruise a lot. Because you did a Hawaii cruise. I know you did a Caribbean cruise. I know you've done many, many, many cruises. But let's dive on into the next question. And of course, you all are welcoming in each other. And Scott is saying hello to me. So we are now sitting on question number 3. What's a frequent miss in cruise dining? Let us all know what you all think that is. What is a frequent miss in cruise dining? Personally, I think the frequent miss precisely could be not going to the main dining room and experiencing it at least a few times throughout the cruise. Because it's more than just going to the buffet. You want to be able to sit down. At least I believe you should be able to sit down for at least one meal. Preferably two. But at least one meal. Get at least one meal in a day where you sit down and they cater to you. They bring it to you. But we are going to go into the chat and see what you guys all think it is. But I think it's missing the opportunity to go to the main dining room. And you're always going to the buffet. And of course, Nightbot is... we left off here with Nightbot. So the next thing Nightbot is promoting for me is... if you would like to support my channel, yes. So unfortunately, I'm not monetized at this current moment. But there are other ways to support my channel. If you are able to, it's totally fully up to you. But if you are, you can find that in my About section. So I'll just direct you guys there. And I won't mumble on about it because I don't want to sound like I'm asking for more, because I'm not. Because right now I don't have super chats because I'm not monetized yet. So. And I have to fix that with Mr. Nightbot. He's still trying to promote it by December 1st, which clearly we are past that date. And yes, Mr. Scott has also gone to Alaska. And I do appreciate the Thirsty Thursday raid. So we are going to pull up the question. I mean, the answer, but naturally pulling up the question, but the answer. And the answer for it is, you cover dishes prepared and limited buffet options can be an issue. Yes. So by going to the buffet, you are limited to particular dishes, and you may not get what you want or what you might be craving for, and it could be in the main dining room. So, but like I've said already, at least go to a dining room and sit down and eat at least once where they serve to you. And Scott says that I love Alaska. Yes, I know your feeling. Yes, I love Alaska too. It is extremely peaceful, especially when you're going through the glaciers. Just not particularly glaciers, but I really, really enjoy the glaciers. It's really, really peaceful and nice. So, but in the meantime, well, we are going to do a quick little intermission, and we are going to have the promo for the Booze Cruise 3.0. Here it is.
The Booze Cruise 3.0, hosted by Rob from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Ports of call: Costa Maya, Mexico; Roatan, Honduras; Belize City, Belize; Cozumel, Mexico; out of Tampa, Florida; Costa Maya, Mexico; Roatan, Honduras; Belize City, Belize. Cozumel, Mexico. Aboard the Grandeur of the Seas out of Tampa, Florida. Sailing October 25 to November 1, 2025. Book today for this amazing sailing with any travel agent.
Alright. So we are going to jump over the Nightbot stuff as it's just promoting all the channels and goals and fun jazz. And EM is saying, come on, Rob, that voice. Okay, sounds like she doesn't like the voice. I heard it on my phone for spam. Interesting. Voicemails. Interesting. I've yet to ever hear that one. But fortunately, it's just the one I found and just rolled with. But it ain't, trust me, it's not no spam of the Booze Cruise 3.0. It's legit. It's happening on Grandeur of the Seas. But anyways, right down to EM again. Gonna Scott or anyone here to promote the Booze Cruise. Gonna Scott or anyone here to promote the Booze Cruise. I don't follow you on that one. I'm lost a bit on that one. Explain a little bit more. Now, I do run that promo on pretty much every single live because I really need to try and get as much people out onto that cruise as I hopefully can get it out onto the cruise. But I do know it's falling close to another big cruise that I do know about. The next question in the live stream is, do cruise caters to dietary needs well? Well, I would imagine they would, because if they don't cater to people with dietary needs, then they wouldn't do too well. And unfortunately, they would lose potential clients. But I will let you guys all answer to that question there. And in the meantime, we will dive back into the chat where Nightbot is actually now promoting the correct date for the goal. Hitting 110,000 subscribers by July 1st of 2025. And we are currently sitting at 881. So if you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing to the channel, sharing it on out. And of course, while you're here, make sure you like and ring that bell with notifications to all so you know when I have gone live or uploaded another video, me singing, dancing, who knows what might be added. And more footage of this so-called drunk Rob whenever I can catch more footage of him. And that was question number 4. So the answer to it is yes, most often veggie, gluten-free, and more, but quality varies. Yes, the quality does vary. They aren't all that popular on the cruise because they don't have to cater too much to them because there's not a lot of people that have that need, but they do cater to them to make sure that there is stuff available to them in a fairly reasonable amount of stuff. So the cruise lines are very reasonable, and they do check on out and cater to the people as much as they possibly can. And let's go off to the next one. How critical is serving in dining reviews? Let us all know what you think. How critical is serving in dining reviews? I would definitely say it's pretty critical because if you aren't serving to a reasonable, I'm not saying top standard, because if you're cruising like Carnival, Norwegian, Royal, that's really not like a top cruise line where you expect like fine food and top quality compared to say like Silver Seas or Costa, like one of those bigger fine dinings where you gotta really dress up to go and eat. But if you're not serving like properly, it's going to reflect in the reviews. And naturally, if you're a travel agent or naturally you'll be a guest, you won't want to book with them or send your clients over to them. So to me, I would say it's pretty critical. But let us all know in the chat of what you all guys think. And we will pull it up on here on the screen. And the answer I found was, I must have gave that answer because I remember how could that, that's interesting. Oh no, never mind. I thought my eyes were seeing something totally different, but it's not. Like, I mean, something the same, but it's totally different. Very important, excellent service, illuminates dining experience. Yes. So, if you're giving excellent dining services, it will be. Hold on a second. My dog's about to bark. Sorry about that. Max decided to go into an area of the house where he knows he's not allowed to go. All right. Let's dive back over into the chat. And PK is saying, about the dining he's talking about. I think it is important as dining. Dinner, especially, is a big part of cruising. Yes, it actually is. Like if you had your lunch and your breakfast in the buffet, okay, not too bad. But I like to have my breakfast in the dining room, especially on a sea day, because then you get to have some sea day brunch, and I find you have more selection than just the ordinary buffet. What's in there, but for sure, dinner is probably the most important time to have your dinner in the dining room, even if it means you gotta dress on up a little bit. But I do agree with you there. All right. And we are on to the sixth one. Any new trends in cruise food? We are now talking about any new trends in cruise food. Have you guys seen any trends in cruise foods? To me, it all depends upon, I guess, where you're all sailing to, where you're sailing out of also. Because naturally, the trends that you would find on this side of the world, doing like Alaska and New England and Canada, and even the Caribbeans, like, and those are just different types of cruises. And you're not going to get the same kind of trends of food all the same. You're going to get different pieces because you're going to get like probably more like seafood if on the Canada New England cruises compared to an Alaska cruise. So you're going to see different trends of foods depending on the type of cruise you're doing. So that's my inspect of what I think it was before naturally I looked up what the answers were. And PK saying, yep, lower quality is the new trend. Yeah, lower quality is the new trend. So like it all depends upon where you are cruising to and out of and all that jazz, where what the trend's going to be, because that's what's going to set the tone. Because like I said, you're not going to find, say, as much seafood, say, on Alaska cruise compared to a New England cruise, because that's like an East Coast, so they're all about seafood. No, you're going to find some seafood up in Alaska, but not so much. And PK is also mentioning about limitations on what is offered. Both amounts is variable. Yes, that is absolutely correct. And did you know? I've never tried it because I simply cannot eat that much. But apparently, if you want to order a third main course on Carnival, and I imagine it's on all the other fleets, Norwegian, Royal, and everyone else, you have to pay to have that third and so on course of the main course we're talking about, not the appetizer or the dessert. We're talking about the main course. So apparently you have to pay for that. And Emily's saying hello to PK and asking how he is doing. And Nightbot is promoting, and like I mentioned, if you need assistance on booking anything for, say, the Booze Cruise, you can contact Rob with Cruise Brothers, and there is his email and phone number, so you can give him a call, or you can send him a email, and he will be more than glad to assist you. And we are diving back into the question in a second. Doing well, EM, decorating Xmas tree tonight. Yes, he is decorating his Christmas tree tonight. The answer to this question that I found, it is farm to table and cooking classes are popular. Yes, especially the cooking. I've done the cooking class in Cozumel 2 times, and very soon it will be 3. And I actually really, really enjoyed it. So for me to do it now 3 times, and the reason why I'm doing it the 3rd time now is because my nephew is coming along with me to take part in it, because he likes to do those kind of things too, as pleasure. So he wants to do a cooking class on a cruise. So yeah, that is the answer. And Ellie's giving a woot hoot for the Christmas tree. And of course, let me make sure that one is up to date before I do post it, because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. PO Box. I don't know if that is correct or not. Let me just take a quick look. No, that's not correct. I have to update that one for the mailing address. So let's cancel that one out. Important, excellent services. Talk about the Booze Cruise. I don't cover that no more, because that's in the past. So I should delete you too. And then, all right, here we are. And the final question here is, because I only pulled up about 7 questions, as I figured that would probably be about enough to get me through the live stream. Heavens forbid I have to fly solo, which I think I'm doing pretty good flying solo. The chat's moving at a reasonable pace tonight, and I do very much appreciate it. And the number 7th question I came up with is, for this live stream, how do main dining and buffets compare? Now, like I said, I have the answer down below, but when I thought about it, I thought about, okay, well, they don't compare too much, because with the main dining room, it's more of sit down and take your time. Compared to a buffet, it's more of sit down, eat as pretty much almost as fast as you can, without making yourself sick, of course. And then off you go to do your next adventure, wherever it may happen to be. So A buffet is a more faster pace compared to a main dining room. But we all know what you guys all think in that comment section. And of course, if you are, let me just scroll on up so I don't lose my spot where I did leave off. There we are. What was I about to say? I can't remember. Someone remind me in the chat where I left off with what I was. So it kind of maybe gives me a hint what I was about to say. So EM's saying we have to put ours up. Same here, Emily. We still have to put ours up. So I figure probably be going up within the next week or two. And I think it'd probably be going upstairs because I don't see much room down. No, I probably fit down here. You might see it over in like this corner over here. You won't see it because I have a ship behind me, you know. I'm on a ship, supposedly. Emily's also saying, Emily EM is saying, cooking classes are fun. Trust me, this one's really fun. I've done it twice, and I loved it. Literally, you walk right into the building. They get you all set up, wash your hands, all that fun jazz when you're working with food, and they literally guide you all the way through it, right from step to step. And depending upon how old you are, they do definitely allow you to have some drinks, and it's open bar all day long while you're cooking, while you're eating. And the second half of the excursion, you get to enjoy the beach or the pool that they have within that area. So it's really, really fun. And that's in Cozumel, I believe it's in Playa Maya. So I really, really enjoy that excursion. Now, it's not cheap, but it's well worth the money to my experience. That's why I've now going to be doing it like 3 times. I haven't done 3 times yet, but I will be doing it 3 times. So I've done it twice already so far. And Em is saying, Def do it, Rob. Okay? I think she's saying I'm doing good. So that's good. PK's going, yes, we have done the sushi class a few times on Royal and Carnival. I didn't know they had a sushi class. This class was in Cozumel, and it was more based on like seafood. But if you're not a seafood person, then they will do like chicken or some other type of protein for you. Well, not they, but you will do it. So, yeah. Nightbot's doing all its promoting. And PK's now going on saying, for that one, I have seen many times where they have the same food on the buffet as they do in the MDR. Yeah, sometimes that does occur. The big difference is the experience. Yes, by all means, it is the experience. Casual and fast, or more formal and slow in the MDR. Yes, by all means, yeah. So like I said, it's all about the speed, how fast do you want the service to be. You want a faster speed? You're going to go to the to the buffet. If you want much slower speed, you go in MDR, which I like the MDR because they serve you and it's more of a slower speed and you get to enjoy it a little bit more. And majority of the time, they're not going to be pushing you out because they want you to enjoy the food. And look who rolled on in. Welcome in, Mr. Eddie Lugo. Yo, yo, yo. It's Brooklyn in the house. If you would like to come on up, you know where to find that link. It was sent to you earlier today. Same thing with Mr. Scott. And Emily likes that word, open bar. Yes, it's an open bar. So once you're done the cooking classes and you're at the beach, the drinks still keep on flowing. So you can easily get your money's worth very, very easily. And just wobble your way back onto the ship like Drunk Rob does. And Eddie's saying hello to PK and Emily. PK saying hello to Eddie. And Eddie is coming saying, I enjoy the buffet because I get what I want right on the spot. Yes, you did. You do. That's one benefit with the buffet. You get what you want right on the spot and can chill and take my time. Get the heck out. Yes. But it all is based upon the speed and experience that you want. All right, and Emily is saying gotta eat dinner, and the Xmas lights flight is on. Okay, well you have a great time, Emily, and we will see you in the next one if you are on out of here. Mr. Scott is now saying, I enjoy any food. Yes, any food is good, especially when you have really, really good food and about to go enter a dance competition. Trust me, I want this dance competition to happen, Scott. So get your practice games on because this dance competition against me, it's gonna be a tough one. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough. And yes, I'm calling you out. But I want to see it and have some fun to see who is the better Lido dancer. All right, and Eddie is saying Alice is expecting a call from Brooklyn family in the... Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that, Eddie. I hope everything goes extremely well and hearts, wishes, and thoughts and prayers are out to you and the family for that. Scott is wishing Eddie well. I will see. Oh, and then PK is going, oh no. All right. Let's see. How do main dining room and buffets compare? Well, I kind of gave you the answer there with me kind of mumbling along the lines. But the answer that came up with when I searched that question is main dining room tends to be more consistent, but buffets often vary. Which is a true statement there. So, yeah. But it all depends upon many variables. But they do have the comparison of which one is better versus not better, and all is based upon what do you want out of the end. So, but what do you all think about the hits and misses within the cruise ship's food reviews? What's your thoughts and comparisons? Let me know in that chat, and in the meantime, we will play another clip. And this time we will go with, let's do a booze cruise one. And we will go with Who Let Dogs Out? That was the soundtrack that was played on 2.0. No, not 2. I'm thinking 2.0. Come on, Rob. It wasn't 2.0 that happened on. That was when I was with one of my other friends, Sir Dewey. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. But it'd be funny that it was on 2.0. But yeah, no, this was back in this past September. So, this is round 2.
Now 2 people moving on to the final round of our legendary video. Alright, it's time to find out. Let's have Mr. Robin coming up first. Leia, let's go ahead and tell him which animal Mr. Robin is going to be doing today, and hand him his towel as well. Let's go. Mr. Robin, today's animal is?
It's a dog.
A dog. Alright, here's your towel, Mr. Robin. Now you need to be as creative as possible with this towel, okay? You need to use this towel as whatever way you can to make it part of your dog. Do you understand? You can make a towel, you can make a tail, you can make whatever you need this to be, okay? Get as creative as possible. We're gonna play the song, you're gonna make it all the way down, and at the end I want to hear your best dog bark, okay? Are you ready? Be ready! Let's give a round of applause, everybody. Mr. Robin is kicking us off with a dog. Let's hit it, DJ. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? That's right, come on. All right, give me a big to your best dog bark. 3, 2, 1. Do it again, do it again. Oh, do it again. Alright, we love you. Great job. You get to head on back to Leia. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I love that. Alright. Yeah. Judges, you're going to go ahead and score this out, and we're going to find out exactly how you did for this round.
Boy, was that ever a fun one. But unfortunately, that was as far as I made it on that round, because the ones that were also in that were just a little bit, I personally believe, this is my personal belief. Now, of course, I know Eddie's probably going to come up with some other logic, but that's okay. I can deal with his logics. As Cheryl's, yes, I said Cheryl's. I'm calling you on this one, Eddie. Make it plain. Her union rep. Okay? Yes, her union rep. Not you, because you cannot be her union rep. For one very simple reason. You have a conference of interest in the show, where I don't. I'm not on that show, so I could be the union rep. But I truly believe in that competition. They had some friends as judges in there, so they kind of rigged it. Seeing as, Mr. Eddie kind of rigs the show a little bit to give that little deny stamp on show. So, but let me know if I'm wrong, Eddie. But at the end of the day, I'm still her union rep, if you like it or not. And that's just the way it is. Gotcha. But anyways, that's what I think. All right. Let's dive back over to the chat. A little bit crazy Rob there, a bit, Because I know Eddie will probably call me on that tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. It won't hurt my feelings. And let's see if I can pull up this Nightbot thing, because they've changed it around a bit. It's not the same layout as it used to be. So I have to try and figure out how it is. But alright, I'm going to play around with it a bit offline, but I will read it all off to you. And I only see four people being the top chatters. So coming in, we're going to do only the top 4 we're going to go with this week. In at number 4 is Mr. Scott, Controversial Cruising, with 5 chats. Sir Eddie Lugo Studios with 6. Emily sitting with 16, and PK coming in very closely, one above her at 17 chats for number 1. So, of course, if I refresh, I'm sure those numbers will definitely change. But I'll have to play around with Nightbot so I can try and pull it up onto the screen in a future live stream, because looks like they have changed it around a bit. And Eddie is, there he goes. Eddie, what's Eddie now saying to me? Saying, listen, I'm part of the show under human resource. So there. Well, you have interest in the show, so you can't be her union steward, her rep, her lawyer. You can't be none of that because you have interest in the show. And that's that. Like, there's no way around it. And you know you can't. But I know you like to have fun. And also, I'm a lawyer. Well, so am I. I also do that as a side hustle. And apparently, apparently also the silent partner. Okay, I didn't know that. Apparently you are a side partner of her. Question, does Jeremy know that? That you are the silent partner? And Scott is asking, why didn't you go up with Eddie at all this week, Rob? Because when Scott, the answer to that question is because when he is live, I am either still working or I'm on my lunch break. And I am in a fairly reasonable noisy area. So that would cause some noise disturbance and increase the chances of copyright strikes, claims, all that. And neither one of us need that on the channel. Plus also, I wouldn't be able to stick around for the whole entire show. So I will leave him high and dry for, say, more than half of the show. He is saying Eddie is aware of all. Okay, well, we'll see how much he is aware of it when I am talking to him once again. Let's jump back up onto this one. Cheryl is on vacation, Scott. Yes, it definitely is with her non-silent partner. Scott's going, I know. I just busted his chops. Well, bust my chops as much as you want, Scott. They don't bother me, okay? It don't really bother me too much. Scott is, and of course, Nightbot is promoting that I would like to hit that 110,000 subscriber mark by July 1st of 2025. We should be able to hit that number, so make sure you share this out to everybody that you know, even on the cruise lines. Hey, yo, check out this guy here. He's an amazing person. Help me push my numbers out. And I will be do as much as I possibly can, pushing out content, lives, and everything else I need to do. And of course, if we hit that mark before Booze Cruise 3.0, then we will find out who is Rob with Cruise Brothers. We will find out who that person is. But if not, we'll have to wait until Booze Cruise 3.0 to find out who he is. Because he has promised to me that he will appear up on the live stream before Booze Cruise 3.0 if we hit this mile mark. So let's push these numbers out so we can find out who he is. I know who he is, but do you guys all know who he is? And I know you guys are going to say it's me, but is it really me? Or is it someone else? I can't give you that answer. But I keep denying I am not a travel agent. So that is a hint that I'm not a travel agent, and this person is. Scott is saying, fencing went up. I went up. This Rob guy. Fence went up. I went up. This Rob guy. Okay, you got me lost there, Scott. You got me lost. But he's having a giggle. That's fine for me. A little giggle. And Scott has just joined on with his other channel. Thank you so much. I do very appreciate it. And Scott is now on the Go Live Together this week on the panel. Yes, you were on the Go Live panel. If I'm up early enough tomorrow, which I may not be, we'll see. Maybe I might join Eddie if he would like to have someone. But we will find out. It's all based on what time I wake up. Normally, I'm not up until probably about 10, but sometimes I'm up a little early. But we will find out. Eddie is saying Cheryl is. Eddie is saying Cheryl is not there. That's why Rob doesn't show. Eddie, I was there for a good chunk of the week. Okay? So, come on. Your excuses. I was there for a good chunk of the week. The only reason why I didn't show up today was I got tied up with work. Because, that's what pays for my cruising, Unlike, other things. But he's just trying to come up with excuses. And Scott is saying that's what I meant by go up. Okay. Yeah, no. Not even. I was just tied up with work today. But the other days I was pretty much there. I think I may have missed one other day. So him and his excuses, Scott. That's all he has. That's all Eddie has is excuses. Excuses. And Scott is coming back saying, so now that she's not there, what's his excuse, Eddie? Well, there is no excuse. I think Eddie's trying to come up with excuses. Yeah, Eddie has no excuse because he knows he has no excuse because here's what I'm saying is correct. So, a good little chuckle there for me, Scott, for Eddie. Thank you so much. Because, Scott, he has no excuses. And Eddie's going hashtag replays. Yeah, no hashtag replays. It's all live. You know I'm there. And for the top chatter, Scott, I can't get his top chatter because it's either I make the go live together show or I make the cookie show. I can't make both because I only get one break. And there's a lot of work because we are actually short-staffed. And of course, Eddie is only doing top chatters from the ELS only, as he doesn't have access. As if he's a silent partner, he would have access to the Jeremy and Cheryl and Cruising Fun Anytime Nightbot, but he don't have that access. So much of a partner this guy is. But that's okay. I'm just busting his chops. But it's all fun and games. So we're all having fun here. And Eddie, I've met him. He's a fun guy. Scott, well, I haven't met the guy yet. Question is, when are we going to meet? Because you do sound like a very fun person. So, what's holding you back? Let's meet. And me too. Yeah, you are a very fun person. I could just tell by your live streams that you are definitely a very fun person. That's why I want to meet you. But you need to get on a cruise that I'm going to be on. Or is it the opposite way around? I would just say it's good. It's both ways. We're just going to agree it's going to be both ways. Because A's a fun guy. You're a fun guy. I'm a fun guy. Jimmy's a fun guy. Cher's a fun lady. Yeah, fun to be around. And so I'm gonna, how long have we been live? Almost an hour and a half. Believe it or not. It's been nearly almost an hour and a half. To be exact, an hour and 19 minutes. To be exact. So we will probably go for about maybe an hour and a half, and then we will be on out of here. So we got about 10 minutes left. And then we will bounce our way on out. So in the meantime, we will play the first round of the dance competition on that sailing. which would be round take 2, round 1, I believe I called it.
Yeah, all right. Who's our first chairman of this round? Let's find out, Miss Leia. Who do we have up first?
All right, we have Robert from Toronto, Canada.
All right, Mr. Robert, all the way from our neighbors from the north. Now, Robert, you are the first man, okay, going up this round. So don't let down the gentleman. You better bring it and give it everything you got. Let's hit it, DJ. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, Robert. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Get down on it. Oh my goodness, Robert. Let's have your final pose, sir. In 3, 2, 1. Oh! He said, I am a rock star. Great job, Mr. Robert, coming through with those dance moves. He even said, look how well my knees work. Okay. Hold on, Miss Rose. We got a 9, a 10, and another 9. Phenomenal job, Mr. Robert.
Yes, and that was loads of fun. As that was my second time doing that dance competition. That clip there was the first round. In that second time doing it around. Because the first time it was on the Carnival Glory, and that one there was just on the Carnival Magic this past September. But you know what? I think I'm going to dip on out of here a little beyond the hour and a half mark today, because I've gone a little bit. Normally, I've gone beyond what the normal amount of time I normally do go. So I'd like to thank you all for coming on out tonight. And I do very much appreciate you all showing up on here tonight. So thank you all so much for coming on out here tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed the live stream of me doing it solo for the very first time going solo for this length of time. So once again, thank you all for coming on out. And of course, until next time, I will see you all on the high seas and wherever Charles may take us. Until then, bye for now.